Hey YouTube, Sean Forney here, on the way for Dyno Day in my my LS3 418 Texas Speedbuilt FD. Finally getting it dynoed. I haven't had the car much the past couple months. It was getting painted. Immediately once I got it back from getting painted, I took it down to the shop to get my speed hut gauges installed. The rear end had a little bit of a clunky noise, so they're working on getting that. It needed the diff resealed and traction bars and some other odds and ends. But today is Dyno Day, so I'm on the way down to RPM, Rotor Piston Motorsports, out of Hagerstown, Maryland. Mike and the team down there have it on the dyno, so we are going to get it tuned in properly and see what she can do. So stay tuned. This video will be the dyno video. So it wasn't as exciting as I wanted it to be. So the guys, we got it on the dyno, but we could not figure out what the exact injectors were that were in it so we could get the injector data. So the guy that's tuning it wants to do it off of speed density versus MAF, so we can get rid of the MAF. Right now it has 110 millimeter or 104 millimeter throttle body on it that is actually getting reduced down for the MAF and then going into the 4-inch or whatever intake. So that'll help with some power also by eliminating the MAF. So we're going to get rid of the MAF. It's going to be completely tuned on speed density, but the only downfall is we got to wait for the injectors to come in. So we had to order new injectors from FIC. They'll be here this week, so it's going to get tuned again next week on the dyno. And I think we're hoping for over 500 horsepower. I don't know what number that is. If you guys want to take guesses, drop in the comments below on what you guys think it'll do. It is a completely built 418 forged internals from Texas Speed, 70cc PRC or PRC heads. So, I mean, the engine is stout. Like, it is definitely a capable engine, and we know it's going to produce some power, so now it's just a matter of dialing it in. One of the important things for me with this, with getting it tuned is, you know, just the drivability of it. Right now, it's pretty clunky. So, you know, in a nutshell, we couldn't do good, you know, I mean, we got a couple pulls, as you can see, in this video, but they weren't hard pulls. Those were mainly drivability pulls, just to get some initial data. So it was only on the dyno for a little while. The tuner spent a long time just trying to figure out a way to make it work, but without the fuel injector data, the flow charts and all that good stuff, we were not able to plug that into, you know, the tune so he can do it. He did say there's a workaround, but it's going to take a lot more work. It's just way easier, way more efficient just to get some new injectors that we can actually get the flow data for. He can plug it into the tune without changing a bunch of stuff. So we're super excited. You know, one of the comments that he made was this engine's going to make a pile of power, because with 10 degrees of timing and just a little bit of, you know, just a really loose pull, it was put down 350. So I think 500 is within reach, 520 maybe. So my guess, if I'm gonna guess, is probably like 510 to 520 is where I think it's going to fall. So we'll see. So everybody stay tuned. I'll do another video next weekend, as long as my wife doesn't have a baby, because we're having our 4th child. The due date is December 14th, so it could come really, you know, little baby Trip is his name. He could come anytime between now and then. So hopefully I'll be able to go down there next weekend. The car will be completely done with all of its suspension goodies. I'll throw a picture in here in this video with what the speed HUD gauges are going to look like. He's got them kind of mocked up in their right position. Now he just needs to get them wired up. So super excited. The wideband O2 sensor's in, the single pod gauge pod is in, so it's looking pretty good. But in addition to that, I got another big surprise for everybody. Not that I have too many people that watch my videos yet, but hopefully they'll get more. I'll get more over time, but I'm picking up a new car this week. It's one that I've liked since I was a child. Finally can, you know, or finally decided to pull the trigger, make the purchase. It's getting delivered hopefully this week. So you guys will have to stay tuned for that. You guys are going to love it too. Everybody loves these cars. Finally found one that is a clean specimen with low enough miles and a good enough price that I was like, okay, talk my wife into it. It's time to buy it. So we'll see. So everybody, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll continue to try to do these videos. Sorry, it's been a little while, just haven't anything that exciting to do. So everybody stay tuned. Thank you guys so much.